Good morning, students. So we shall be continuing the remaining problems of cash flow statements. So take down illustration 43. They have given us the balance sheet, they have given us the notes, they have given us 4 additional information, that is gain on sale of land, depreciation on plant and machinery, interest paid on mortgage loan, provision for income tax. So 4 adjustments have been given. So according to the adjustments, if there is depreciation on plant and machinery, we need to prepare a plant and machinery ledger account. There is a gain on sale of land, which means we need to prepare a land account as well. And there is provision for income tax paid. So whenever there is provision of income tax given in the adjustment, we need to prepare provision of income tax ledger account as well. Okay. Before preparing the ledger accounts, our first step is to calculate our net profit before tax. So write down illustration 43. Calculation of net profit before tax. So they have given us reserves and surplus. Under that, retained earning. So we write retained earnings for March 2012. How much is it? 4,78,000 less retained earnings for March 2011. How much is it? 3,56,000. We get 1,22,000. Then we need to add our proposed dividend, interim dividend, provision for taxation. So in this problem, there is only provision for taxation during the current year. That is point number 4 in the additional information. So we will add provision for tax for current year. How much is it? 32,000. So whatever answer we get is a net profit before tax. We get 1,54,000. After we have found out our net profit before tax, next we will be preparing our ledger accounts. So first let's prepare a plant and machinery account. Plant and machinery account. We'll have particulars, amount, particulars, amount. So the first step is go to our balance sheet, go to assets. We have balance brought down. So the first step is to balance brought down. How much is the balance of plant and machinery? 1,50,000. Second step is by balance carried down. That is our closing balance. What is our closing balance? 1,80,000. Next, in the adjustment I have given, depreciation on plant and machinery was provided at 10% on last year's balance. So by depreciation on your credit side, what was last year's balance? It is, in bracket you will write 1,50,000 into 10%. So we get 15,000. Anything else has been given regarding our plant and machinery? No. So we will total both the sides. Which side is more? Our credit side is more. How much is it? 1,95,000. 1,95,000 you write on both sides. Whatever balancing figure we get, it is on the debit side it is purchases, on credit side it is sales. So write down to bank account, in bracket purchase of machinery. So how much is it? 45,000. We have prepared our plant and machinery account. Next account we will prepare is our land account. Again we will have 4 columns: particulars, amount, particulars, amount. So the first step is we need to bring our balance down. To balance brought down 2,50,000. See your balance sheet, fixed assets. Then we write down the closing balance. By balance carried down, it is 1,40,000. So in the adjustment they have given gain on sale of land. Gain is nothing but a profit on land. Profit is always on a debit side and loss is always on a credit side. So you will write on your debit side to P&L account or plant and to profit and loss account. It is in bracket you will write gain on sale of land. How much is it? 30,000. So which side is more? Your debit side is more. The total is 2,80,000. You will write the total on both the side. The balancing figure, whatever you get, will be a sales. So you will write by bank account in bracket sales. Why is it sales? Because our debit side total is more than a credit side total. This is clear. We need to prepare one more account, that is a provision for taxation account. Why are we preparing? Because in the adjustments they have given us provision for taxation for the current year is 32,000. So next let's prepare provision for tax account. Again we will be having 4 columns, that is particulars, amount, particulars and amount. The first step for the provision for tax account is also bringing down the balance. Yesterday we had done 2 cases for provision for taxation. So first step is bring down the balance. Under the notes, point number 3, they have given us provision for taxation. 2011 it is 40,000, 2012 it is 35,000. So the first step is to bring down the balance. By balance brought down, it is 40,000. To balance carried down is 35,000. Then they have given us provision for taxation. So by P&L account, in bracket you write provision for tax. How much is it? 32,000. So again we total both the sides. Which side is more? Our credit side is more. So the total is 72,000 on both the sides. The balancing figure will be to bank account, which means this is tax paid. Where will this tax paid be shown in our cash flow statement? It will be deducted from our operating activities. So the balancing figure is 37,000. I hope you know how to get the balancing figure. It is 40,000 plus 32,000. You get 72,000. From 72,000 you minus 35,000. You get 37,000. This is your normal basic ledger account studied in class 11th. Next, let's go on to our cash flow statement. X Limited cash flow statement for the year ended 31st March 2012. We have 3 columns: particulars, amount. So the first thing to do is A, cash flow from operating activities. Under cash flow from operating activities, what's the first thing you will be writing? Net profit before tax. What is our net profit before tax? It is 1,54,000. After that, adjustments for non-cash items. Under that, what are the adjustments for non-cash items? We have depreciation on. We will add depreciation on plant and machinery. What is the depreciation amount? It is 15,000. Next we have interest on mortgage loan. How much is it? 24,300. The total 1,93,300. If you all are having a doubt, why am I writing the 15,000 and 24,000 in another outer column? The reason being, here you can write the total of this and easily add 1,54,000 and 39,300. You won't have any confusions. That's the reason when 2 or more expenses or incomes are given, I write it in a outer column. After this, what do? We deduct our income. Is there any income in the problem? Yes. What is it? It is gain on sale of land. What is the gain on sale of land? It is 30,000. Now 30,000 I am writing inside because there is no other income, there is just one income which is given in the problem. So whatever answer we get will be our operating profit before working capital changes. What is the operating profit before working capital changes? It is 1,63,300. Then we will add decrease in current asset and increase in current liability. Go to our current assets. What do we have? We have inventory. There is increase or decrease in inventory. It is decreased from 2,15,000. It is 1,70,000. So inventory will be 45,000. Anything else which is decreased? Trade receivables have been increased. Under your current liabilities, trade payables are decreased. So only inventory 45,000. 2,08,300. Then we deduct increase in current assets and decrease in current liabilities. We have our trade receivables which has been increased by from 2,10,000 it is 4,55,000, which means it is 2,45,000 increase. Then we have trade payables. It is decreased from 2,03,000 to 1,09,000. That is 94,000. We get total 3,39,000. We deduct 2,08,300 from 3,39,000. We get a negative figure of 1,30,700. So this is our cash from operating activities. It is 1,30,700. Then we deduct income tax paid. What is our tax paid? Go to a provision for taxation account. On a debit side, we got a balancing figure of 37,000. So it will be minus 37,000. Why minus? Because it is a cash outflow. What answer do we get? Both the figures are negative. 1,30,700, 37,000. So we get negative 1,67,000. Negative 1,67,000 is our net cash flow from operating activities. A. Clear? Next we go on to B. Cash flow from investing activities. So under investing activities, what do we have? We have purchase of plant and machinery. How much is it? 45,000. That is our negative figure because it is cash outflow. Then we have sale of land. How much is the sale of land? 1,40,000. It is positive because it is cash inflow. Then go to our intangible assets. We have 2011 50,000 and 2012 60,000, which means there is purchase of intangible assets. So intangible asset is note number 5. We have goodwill. It is negative 10,000. So what answer do we get? 85,000. So we get a net cash flow from investing activities as 85,000. It is B. Next we go on to C. Cash flow from financing activities. Go to our equity and liability. We have share capital. Is there increase or decrease? No. So not there is issue, nor there is redemption. Then we have long term borrowing. Last year it was nil. This year it is 1,70,000. So under long term borrowing, 2011 it was nil. 2012 it is 1,70,000. What does it mean? We have taken long term loan. Long term loan is nothing but a mortgage loan. So we write proceeds from mortgage loan. How much is it? 1,70,000. Why is it as a positive figure and not negative? Because we have cash inflow. We have taken loan from the third party, which means money is coming into our firm. Then we have interest on mortgage loan. How much is the interest? Under adjustments they have given us, it is 24,300. Anything else? No. So we get our net cash flow from financing activity. How much is it? It is 1,45,700. After this, what do we get? We should add A plus B plus C. That is operating activity negative 1,67,700 plus 85,000 plus 1,45,700. So we get net increase in cash and cash equivalents. What is the net increase? A plus B plus C, that is 63,000. Then we need to add cash and cash equivalents at the beginning of period. Then we add cash and cash equivalents at the beginning of period. So what it is? Go to our balance sheet. We have 96,000 plus current investment 78,000. 96,000 plus 78,000. How much is it? 1,74,000. So what answer do we get? We get 2,37,000. That is our cash and cash equivalent at the end of the period. If you wish to calculate cash and cash equivalent separately, like I have done for one of the problem, you can do that as well. In this problem, let me show you how to do it separately. Write down working note. Calculation of cash and cash equivalent. 3 columns. Particulars 2011, 2012. So first will be cash and cash equivalents. For 2011, how much is it? 96,000. For 2012, it is 1,67,000. Then we have current investments 78,000 and 70,000. So for 2011, the total will be 1,74,000, and for 2012 it is 2,37,000. You can see the total. Even in our working note, we got the closing balance as 2,37,000, and even in our cash flow, we got the end of the period as 2,37,000. If you don't wish to do the working note, you can just show it in the bracket as well. How did you get the cash and cash equivalent for the beginning of period? Clear? So that's all for today. Please revise the format and the sums. We shall continue it in the next class. Thank you.